All right, welcome back to part 2 of your Simplifying Equivalent Expressions study guide. So, number 11, Maria claims that -3 over open parentheses 5m minus 6m can be simplified to 33m. Is she correct? Explain why or why not. So let's take a look at what's happening here. First, let's go and distribute our problem just to see whether she's correct or not with the math. We have -3. I'm going to write this above. -3 times 5m, which gets us -15m, because a negative times a positive is a negative. And then we have a -3 times a -6m, and that gets us +18m. So we have +18m because a negative times a negative is 18m. So we end up with -15m plus 18m. And if we are doing our integers, let's make an N and P chart, negatives and positives. We got N's, we got P's. All right, how many negatives do we have? We have 15 negatives and we have 18 positives. We have more positives than negatives, so our answer is going to be a +3m. And so that tells us there that Maria is not correct. I think that what Maria might have done was, when she was looking at her parentheses, maybe she added and got 11m instead of just then a -m, because we could look at this another way also. You didn't have to distribute in this case, because inside of the parentheses you had 5m minus 6m. And with 5m minus 6m, I'm going to draw that off to the side. And when I do that, I get 5m minus 6m. It is subtracting, so we add the opposite anytime we're subtracting. And now we can do an N and P chart. NP. How many negatives do we have? 6. How many positives? 5. Which one do we have more of? We have more negatives, so our answer is going to be negative. And how many more negatives? 1. So we have one more negative, and that means our answer would be a -m. Now on the outside of those parentheses, there lies a -3. So we simplified the inside of the parentheses to be -m. A -m times a -3. A negative times a negative gives us a positive, so our answer would be 3m. So that's two ways we could have simplified. So what I would lean towards, Maria may have added. She was incorrect. She should have done distributive property or simplified inside the parentheses in order to get that correct. The next one, number 12. Number 12 states that a regular polygon has a perimeter of 6p plus 18. We know that the perimeter is the measurement around the polygon. A regular polygon, the word regular just means that all the sides are the same. They're all congruent. They're the same size. They're equal. So a regular polygon has a perimeter of 6p plus 18. Draw two regular polygons that could have this perimeter and measure and label the measures of the sides. So when we look at 6p plus 18, what we could do here is we could simply divide it by its common factors. It doesn't have to be the greatest common factor, but just common factors. So we know that 6 and 18 share a factor of 6. So a shape that has 6 sides is a hexagon. So I'll just draw a little hexagon over here. I think I can do better. All right, here's my hexagon. And in order to find out what each side length is, we'll just divide out the 6. So 6p put into 6 groups, there's going to be 1 P in each group. So that's just simply P, because the identity property states that we should not write the 1 because 1 is always present. And anything times 1 is itself. All right, so we're going to put our P, and then we're going to put what 18 divided by 6 is. 18 divided by 6 would give us 3. So P plus 3. So each side would be P plus 3. And I'm just going to simply write this really quick. And if you wanted to go back and check your work, all you really have to do is distribute that 6 back into that P plus 3, and you should get your original perimeter. 6P plus 18. All right, so now we need one more regular polygon. I'm going to simply draw an arrow down here. And that number would be, let's see. Let's look at some common factors for 6 and 18 again. It looks like they both are divisible by 3. So I would like to say that 3 is a factor of both of them. So a triangle is a polygon. So 6P plus 18 divided by 3, I would end up with 6P divided by 3, which is 2P, and 18 divided by 3, which is 6. So on a triangle, let me draw one really, really good one. We would have 2P plus, right, 2P plus 6, 2P plus 6, and 2P plus 6. And that will be our perimeter for our triangle. All right, so let's go on to the last one. Last one says that there are 18 sixth graders, 24 seventh graders, and 38th graders at a summer camp. The campers need to be split into equal groups with the same number of students from each grade level in each group. How should the students be split up? All right, so we have 18 students, 24 students, and 30 students. So what we're going to do is we're going to take these numbers and simply find the greatest common factor. The greatest common factor between the 3 numbers will be 6. And in each group, you will have 6 students. All right, well, good luck to you guys. I hope that you do well on your tests, and I look forward to seeing you.